There is empirical evidence that China has been using these infrastructure investments to affect worldwide politics. It's been found that if an African country recognizes Taiwan as a country, they receive, on average, 2.7 fewer Chinese infrastructure projects within their borders each year. Conversely, if an African country votes overwhelmingly along with China in the United Nations General Assembly, they receive 1.8 more infrastructure projects each year.
At one point or another, 30 African countries have had formal relations with Taiwan. Now Eswatini is the only African nation to recognize the island.
Yep. That's the power of money right there. Enough of it can make you switch allegiances, change your principles, do anything. Hell, for enough money, you could probably get Africans to start saying that Africa is just one country. Yes, we are just one big country full of giraffes, huh? Where's the money, huh? Still, China has been really successful with this. Out of all of Africa, every country has broken off relations with Taiwan except Eswatini, which means Eswatini either really has, principles that they stick to, or they just haven't heard about the deal yet. Good for you, Eswatini, refusing that money from China. What? China's giving out money? Hello, Taiwan? It's over. Yeah, I'll come by later to get my things. And you might say, well, tough luck for Taiwan, but subordinating your foreign policy to another country is probably worth it if it means getting all this investment. I mean, think of all the jobs that these projects create in Africa. And it is true. These projects do create jobs. It's just that many of those jobs are going to China.
The steady influx of Chinese companies and workers have fueled accusations the wealth and opportunities are not being shared with the local community.
We all do the railway work, but the Chinese constantly say we're the boss. We're the ones who run the show.
This is Ethiopia's main Chinese economic zone. This small business makes jeans. Everything is imported from China. Sewing machines, methods, and supervisors. The average salary of an Ethiopian worker is $56 a month, 10 times less than the average Chinese worker.
That's right. When China invests in these projects, they often send over Chinese workers to Africa to fill all the best positions. Which isn't right. I mean, the best jobs shouldn't be given to a person because of where they're from. The best job should be given to whoever has the best answers in a job interview. So, what's your biggest weakness? And don't say working too hard. Masturbating in public? I like your honesty. You're hired. And even when Africans are employed, they're treated differently, sometimes even segregated from the Chinese workers. And that's wrong. I mean, we need Chinese and African people to spend more time together because of all the hijinks they'll get up to. I mean, we haven't had a Rush Hour sequel in 20 years, guys. So China is gaining control over Africa's foreign policy and its best jobs. Not to mention, a lot of these projects put Chinese companies in charge of Africa's prized natural resources, especially precious metals, which is super important because those precious metals are in basically every piece of advanced technology these days. I'm talking everything: cars, appliances, Elon Musk, everything. So when you start to examine this relationship as a whole, it actually starts to look a lot less like a loan and a lot more like a new kind of colonialism. And that's before we even get to what happens if the loans aren't repaid.
Analysts have accused them of debt colonialism. There are fears China is making loans it knows states cannot repay.
Beijing may engage in what critics characterize as debt trap diplomacy, lending designed to force countries into handing over land, minerals, and strategic assets when they default on a loan.
To build this Belt and Road Railroad with Chinese loans, Kenya agreed to apply Chinese law inside Kenya and give up East Africa's largest port if it couldn't repay its debts.
Some countries are relying on gradually repaying the debts to China by shipping specific quantities of oil.
Sometimes the loans are repaid in natural resources such as cobalt.
As Africa's largest bilateral creditor, China holds more than 20% of the continent's debt.
Many African countries were already crippled under the weight of the money they owe China. Now, the coronavirus pandemic has made it nearly impossible for many to keep up with debt payments.
Ah, yes, the debt trap. It's like the thirst trap of infrastructure. China's just strutting around with its railroads hanging out. What is Africa supposed to do? Not hit the like button? I mean, say what you want about European colonizers, but at least they were upfront about it. Right? We're taking all your shit, and if you don't like it, you can go to the UN. Oh, wait, they don't exist yet. Biatch!